Amy and I speak on dating, relationships, healing, self-improvement. Today we're going to go over how you can stop crashing out. A really popular thing recently for people to crash out. The term is all over social media. And I actually had a moment of a mini crash out not too long ago. And we will get to that, but I will leave you in suspense for a second while I bring up the 4 different types of crashing out. So for my case, there have been 4 different types of crash outs. One has come from fearing things are going to happen in the far future, that there's no sign that it's going to happen yet, but I'm still afraid anyways. 2 is feeling like I'm not good enough, the fear of not being worthy. That's something that can cause me to crash out sometimes. 3 is the fear of other people's opinions. That's something that if I feel like I'm getting bombarded with all these different views of like what I'm doing might be wrong or I'm not good at this, other people's opinions can cause the crash out. And 4 would be a sense of overwhelm. I've got so much going on that if there's just one more little straw, I feel like I'm gonna go into a full-blown crash out. So let's talk about how we handle all these. For the first one, you're crashing out because you have a fear of something that has not happened yet, but you're worried about it happening. So you're thinking, oh God, well if this happens and this happens and then my life is gonna be over. It's kind of like, I don't know if this was a meme or what, but it's like, oh, if you don't have your pen, you're not gonna be able to take the test. And then if you can't take the test, then you're gonna fail the class. If you fail the class, then you're gonna fail the whole grade. And then you have to drop out of school. Like that, just those future thinking dramatics and fear. So one thing that can help with this is realizing your thoughts are probably trying to protect you. If you're worried about all of these things, it's because you feel like thinking through all the different situations could help you maybe plan for them and feel like I'm ready for all of these horrible situations to happen. It's kind of funny because oftentimes when you do have that thinking of all the things that are going to happen, for a lot of people it is negative things. They don't even consider all the ways they could go right. But anyways, knowing that you're trying to protect yourself, you can sit and say to yourself, thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for trying to prepare me for all of these different things. You've done your job, I'm aware of them, and I can now let go of all those thoughts. So that can help a little bit with the worry, is feeling secure in yourself. So grounding yourself in some way, feeling like, let me just breathe, let me just feel safe. And once you feel safe, sometimes you don't feel like those thoughts are needed anymore. I'm safe, these things are not going to happen, but I understand that my brain is trying to protect me by preparing me for these different things. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing is actually preparing. So let's just say that you're in the car. You obviously don't expect a car crash to happen, but you still put on your seatbelt anyways. So by preparing, that helps give you a sense of security. So if you're having all these fears about things in the future, maybe those are just telling you do something in order to prepare yourself. Don't lead with the fear, but do have the preparation and then just let it go. So one instance of that is in a lot of cases when women go to get married to a wonderful guy and he's well off and everything, and she decides that she wants to stay at home with her family and raise her kids. A lot of people say like, what if he leaves you? What if he dies? All of these different things. Those are the kind of thoughts I'm talking about. They're future facing. They have not happened. Nobody knows that those are going to happen. So what you can do is just prepare. In the case of him, unfortunately passing away, make sure that you have insurance, a life insurance policy, so that if anything happens, everybody's going to be okay in the financial sense. Or, well, what if he leaves? You can't control other people. So 1, why are you worrying about that? And then 2, well, what can you do to prepare for that? Have a prenup before you get married, have a postnup, something to protect you if he does decide to divorce or leave, whatever. So having a preparation can help you let go of fears. And that can stop you from crashing out. You're like, I've done all that I can do, buckled my seatbelt, that's all I can do. So let's just go on the road and have faith that we're going to have a great, safe trip. The second thing that caused me to crash out, feeling like maybe I'm not good enough, That's what happened pretty recently. I had the singing audition to where I recorded a video of myself singing. Before that, I had thought, wow, I am so good at singing. Then I listened to that, I wasn't thinking I was so good at singing anymore. And so then that started a little spiral. I was thinking, if I thought I was so good at this, but I actually wasn't, what else have I been thinking that I'm good at that I'm actually not? Like, I think I'm smart. Is that actually the case? I think I'm good at reflecting on myself. I don't know if that's the case. I think that I'm really disciplined and capable of all these things. I don't know if that's the case. So it just started this downward spiral of feeling like I wasn't good enough, I wasn't worthy, I wasn't competent. So how did I handle that? For one, I thought to myself, these thoughts aren't serving me. These do nothing for me. They don't make me feel better. They don't help me in any way. What are they doing in my head? So sometimes you can logic yourself to snap out of negative emotions. So I was thinking all of these things and I was like, what is this actually doing? What am I doing with all this? Why am I thinking these? So one thing to do when you're not feeling good enough is to think, my thoughts should serve me. If I'm thinking all of these things and they're just making my life worse, they don't need to be in my head. I'm in control of my thoughts. If I notice that they're in my head, I can say, you are not needed, out. And another thing that you can do is to rewrite those. So let's say you're thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't feel like I'm good at this. Then switch that around. Say, maybe I am good at this, but that being good can only happen if I start learning a little bit more to get better. If I get education, read up about it, and I practice. Maybe I am good at it, but I just haven't done the work quite yet to get to that point. Another thing you can do is think, you know what? Maybe it's okay that I'm not that great at it. That's okay. In my case, I was crashing out over singing. And so I have no formal training in singing. I have never done anything to learn about it. The extent of my singing is just singing in the car, singing in the shower, and that's pretty much it. So it's okay that I'm not good at it. I wouldn't blame myself if I just started learning how to ride a bike for not being able to Tour de France, ride it like a crazy person who's been doing it for years. If I'm not trained in something, why would I expect myself to be so good at it all of a sudden? So if you just started walking, if you imagine a baby who's just started walking, you don't get mad at it for not just automatically getting up and knowing how to walk, right? It takes time, it takes trial and error, it takes learning in order to become good at that. So that can also help with not feeling worthy, is detaching your worthiness from goodness at whatever it is that you're trying to do. I'm not good at this yet, but that's okay. I just started out, or I'm still learning, or I'm doing things to get good at it. And all of that, no matter what stage I'm at, is separate from me being a wonderful human being. Another thing that helped me with the worthiness crash out, the good enough crash out, was realizing I don't have to be the best in order to make it somewhere. A lot of the times, the people who make it aren't necessarily the best naturally. They're the people who have put in the time and the discipline, the consistency, who have taken action quickly, people who have connected with others the most, offered a lot of value to other people. Those are sometimes the people that make it more than the people that just have innate skill and don't do any of those other things. So realizing I don't have to be the best in order to make it. Saying there are people who are less talented than you, less beautiful than you, less smart than you, all of these things that have succeeded. So obviously it's not just about skill. I don't have to feel bad about not having the most natural talent at something. Another thing that can help with the worthiness crash out, the good enough crash out, is realizing that you have your own GPS going. So you might be feeling like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but that's not the truth. If you're in the car, you have your GPS, but maybe you're just ignoring that it's there, or you're listening to too many outside thoughts and ignoring the one that's right in front of you that's actually going to tell you what you need to do to get where you want to be. So spending time alone with yourself, really getting back to who you are, your purpose, and ignoring all the things that came from outside of you, that can help you really realize, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm plenty worthy of what it is that I want. I don't need to know exactly everything that's going to happen on my path there. I know my purpose, and that's what's going to guide me. Or I have belief in something other than myself. That's what's going to lead me through. And that ties into the third crash out that comes from listening to other people's opinions. So maybe you're not the one having all those future fearing opinions. Maybe you're not the one feeling like you're not worthy, but other people are bringing those thoughts to you. They're planting these bad thoughts into your brain. Or maybe it's social media. You're hearing about all these things that are causing you to feel bad about yourself, or like you can't make it, or the odds are stacked against you. So what do? Again, spending that time with just yourself, doing a social media detox if you need to, just being alone, taking care of yourself, and just spending time with yourself. Sometimes that can make you realize, oh, none of these thoughts actually came from me. All of these thoughts that I was thinking, all of these negative things, those came from outside. So protecting your space is one way that you can get out of other people's opinions crash out. Another thing that can help is knowing your purpose. If you have a purpose and it's a strong one, then you're never going to stop doing what it is that you're doing just because other people don't like it. So if you don't have a purpose, then spend that time with yourself to try to find it. If you know what it is that you're doing, but you're just being dissuaded by all these people's opinions, or feeling like you're not good enough because all these people's opinions of you, realize what I'm doing is important. I know that what I'm doing has such a big purpose. It's going to have such a big impact. And I have to be focused more on that than some random people's opinions, or even the opinions of people close to me. If you have your purpose, you should also be too busy to be focused on those outside opinions. For me, when I was first starting out posting online, I would get occasional negative comments, obviously. It's the internet. So I remember feeling kind of freaked out about all these negative things that people would say, and at no point did that dissuade me from posting continually every single day, because even though it didn't feel good to read those comments, I knew what my purpose was. So purpose can really help you get through that. Another thing is, when I was focused on those, I should have realized I don't actually have the time to be just wallowing and focusing on these random comments. I should be so focused on what it is that I'm trying to do, I don't have the time to consider that. And for the fourth crash out, getting overwhelmed, this has two approaches to it. So sometimes there's overwhelm that comes from doing things that you need to do. And in those cases, you can't just say, oh, I'm just gonna drop it and give up. So what do? You're feeling overwhelmed, but you have to do this, and then you're feeling stuck because of that. One thing is realizing you have support. There is support out there. Maybe you just don't see it right now, but it exists. There are people who have gone through what you're going through, and they can help you get through it. So let's say you're going through school. So that's the kind of case where you don't just want to let go of it, drop out. You have to continue through with it, but it's feeling really overwhelming. So realizing that you have support can look like reaching out to friends, reaching out to family, reaching out to teachers' assistants, people that are happy to help you. You have support to get through it, and if you take it little by little, you're capable. If you feel like you don't know what you're doing, the earlier crash out, like the worthiness or having the skill to do something, then reach out to somebody, read up about it, and eventually it won't feel as overwhelming. Sometimes just talking to somebody about it feeling overwhelming and having them understand, that's just what you needed to break out of the crash out. Let's say that you decide to start your own business and you feel lost. Like most of the people that you're surrounded with, they've never done that before. So who do you go to learn more about this? Well, the good news is we have the internet. We have a bunch of people who have already started businesses, maybe had businesses fail, learned from it, had some that succeeded. There are these people out there who have been through what you're going through, and they could potentially help you through it now. So again, there is support out there. Support is probably the biggest way to get through things that you need to do, but you're just feeling overwhelmed with. And then for the other side of the I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm crashing out, that sometimes the overwhelm comes from things that we are not really passionate about, that we are just spending way too much time and energy on. Let's just say out of obligation, you felt like you needed to join a certain club or be on a certain committee or do these things for these people. And those are outside of your main goal, your main purpose in life. If those are what you feel like you have to do and not what you actually need to do, that can make you feel drained, that can make you feel overwhelmed. So what do? You let go of the judgment that might come with not doing those things anymore. You learn that your focus can't be scattered all over and every which way if you want to make your main purpose succeed. It's knowing that your energy, you want it to be the best you can for maybe the people closest to you in your life. So you don't have the energy to disperse to everybody else outside of yourself, your family, your friends. So sometimes the answer is letting go of the things that are not meant to be in your life right now. So now we've done it. We've gone over 4 of the different types of crash outs that I've experienced. And now I have a couple of affirmations for you. So these are Amy's affirmations. For the first type of crash out, what if blank happens in the far future? Your affirmation is, I live in faith, not fear. I trust in myself, or if you trust in some higher being, I trust in higher power to lead me through if something like that happens. I trust that I am capable of figuring things out if it comes to it. I am grateful to these thoughts for trying to protect me, but I know that I am safe and I no longer need them. For the type 2 worthiness crash out, your affirmation for when you're thinking, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I'm worthy enough, is I can do this, I just need to take it little by little. My worthiness is separate from how good I am at doing this. With consistency and learning, I know that I will be good at this. I can do this, I trust in my voice, I trust in my purpose. For the third type of crash out, I'm going to be judged by people are going to say this, people are going to think this. Your affirmation is, I'm focused on living authentically. My purpose is greater than their judgment. I am so focused on my purpose, I don't have time for these judgments. Thank you to the people who are judging me so I can see who is and who isn't in alignment with me. And for the fourth type where you're feeling overwhelmed, we have 2 affirmations for the 2 different situations. One is, I am supported. I have support. I'm grateful for the support I have that helps me through this overwhelm. And for the other type of overwhelm crash out, I allow myself to let go of what is draining me. I protect my peace, I protect my purpose. I release what no longer serves me. And that's it. So I really hope that this helps you. If you want to leave a comment saying what type of crash outs that you experience, if they're the same as the ones I have or they're different, I would love to know. If you want help rewriting your thoughts or handcrafted affirmations for your situation, you can set up your one-on-one with me using the link down below. Bye!